Welcome all of you in the SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. Myself Krishna Salgaonkar. Today I am going to present SYCS Computer Network subject. Our topic is Introduction to Networking. First we understand what is meant by a network. A computer network is a communication system connecting two or more computers over a common transmission medium that works together to exchange information and share resources like printers and CD-ROM. To understand it more clearly, we can think only about two computers. If we connect two computers with wire or without wire, there is wireless connections also. So if we connect them with or without wire for sharing resources and information, then we called it as a network. A transmission medium is used to transmit the message across the individual computers. So you can see in the diagram, there is a message and there is a medium. Medium is a wire to send a message from sender to receiver. Now we will come towards the role of computers in a network. So there are three roles. First one is client computer, second one is server computer, and third one is peer computer. First we understand what is meant by a client computer. A client computer is a computer that reads the information for a server computer. Second, server computer. A server is a computer which offers information to be read. And the last one is peer computer. Peer is a computer which share resources of other computer and also allows to share its resources. The peer can work as a client as well as a server. So in the earlier example, if we see one is a sender and one is a receiver. To receiver first send a request to the sender that I want this file, and then it receives it. So we can call the sender as a server and receiver as a client. The client send a request and receiver respond back to that request. And if the computer work in both way, it sends as well as receive, then it is called as a peer. Now the types of network. The first one is peer-to-peer network. In this type of network, no computer is kept aside as a server, but all the computers can act as a client computer and a server computer. Such configuration is often used in small network having a number of computers less than 10. Here there is no need of a separate server. All the computers can act as a client as well as server. And it is usually used in a smaller network having computers less than 10 or around 10. Its advantages: the network is easy to operate, the resource sharing is very simple, it is cost effective for small network. And disadvantages are: it is not useful for database application, it cannot maintain proper security, and it is not useful for large networks. The other type of network is client server. You might have heard this name, client server. In this type of network, one computer is set aside as a server and its remaining machine act as a client. The server computer process all the requests made by the client. The server computer is operated by the network operating system like Windows Server 2000, and also it has a faster CPU with a larger disk space and memory size. So usually the server configuration is little on the higher side, and it is having a different operating system. The name of the operating example of that name is Windows Server 2000. Its advantages: this can be used for a large network. The network is more secure. It is very useful for database application. See, as you can give security only to the one machine, that is the server, so it is more secure, and it can be useful for database application as you can save your data only in one computer, that is your server. Its disadvantages are: it is difficult to install the network, wiring and all that thing. It is not cost effective as the cost of server is larger than the clients. I told you that server configuration is little toward higher side as it has to serve so many clients. So that's the reason the cost of the server is usually high. Then network structure. A network is broadly classified according to its scale. the distance or area it covers. There are three types of networks. One is local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. As the what distance they covered, based on that there are three names: LAN, MAN, and WAN. First we will see what is a local area network. A local area network is generally privately owned and covers a small area. Privately owned and covers a small area. Example, network in an office building or computer lab in a school. So if I have, if in SST college we have a computer lab, so we can call it as a LAN, because the area covered by that network is restricted. It's in only in one room. The second one is MAN, metropolitan area network. A metropolitan area network extends over an entire city. Suppose if we connect all the computers in a city, we can call it as a MAN. It may be a single network or means of connecting a number of LAN together. There may be LANs at different locations in the same area, in the same city. We can connect all of them together. This time we can call it as a MAN. It covers a city. And the last one is wide area network. A wide area network covers a country, a continent, can be extended to the whole world, and this is called as an internet. Basically, this is only the concept now which is remaining: WAN, wide area network. So up till now we have seen what is a network. Then there is types of network, that is client server network, peer-to-peer network. Then we have seen according to the distance covered, how they are classified. So they are LAN, WAN, and MAN. LAN is local area network, which we usually use if we connect computer inside a room. That is, if all the computer are there inside one room, and if we connect them, we can call them as a LAN, or in a one building. Then there is a MAN if we connect all the computers in a city. If the coverage is more, if we cover the entire city, then the network, if the network covers the entire city, we called it as a MAN. And the third one is wide area network. It covers the whole continent. Right? So this way it is divided into local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. Now we are coming towards the topology, how the networks are, how the computers are connected with each other in a network. Network topologies and cabling system. Topology is the placement or arrangement of computer, cable, and connecting devices in a network. It determines the data path between a pair of computers in a network. Some of the commonly used networking topologies are bus, star, ring, and star ring topologies. We are going to see bus, star, and ring topology. See what is mean by actually the topology means how we are connecting the computers. The first topology is bus topology. In this type, several computers are connected to a common cable called a bus or trunk line. The computers connected to a bus can send as well as receive data from a bus in two directions. So if you can see in the diagram, there is a central cable and all the computers are connected to that cable one by one. So this type of connections, if you do, it is called as a bus topology. Now advantages of bus topology and disadvantages. It uses a less amount of cable. It is expensive to install. Inexpensive to install, and it is easy to expand the network. These three are the advantages. Less amount of cable is required. It is less expensive, and third one is you can easily expand the network. And disadvantages: the entire network shut down if there is a break in the main cable. It is difficult to detect a cable fault. If there is a break in the cable, then it is very difficult to detect where is the fault has occurred. And second thing, the entire network will stop working. Then there is a ring topology. If you see in this, the computers are connected in a circle. In this type of, all the computers in the network are connected in a circle series of cable. The data travel around the ring in each node until it reaches the required node. Each node acts either as a transmitter or as a receiver and passes the data to its next node on a ring. So suppose in the ring, if one computer wants to send data to the third computer or fifth computer, then data reach to every computer in between. So if first is talking with the fifth, the data will reach to first reach to the second, then second will tell that data packet that it is not for me, then it will go to the third computer, then it will go to the fourth computer, and at the end it will reach to the fifth computer. So this way, when data is sent from one computer to another computer, it moves to all the nodes and then it reaches to its destination. Advantages: it uses a less amount of cabling. Cabling is less. It gives a consistent performance in case of large data transfer between several computers on a network. Performance is good. And disadvantages: it is difficult to implement. It is very difficult to detect faults. It is difficult to implement and difficult to detect the faults. Now the last is star topology. We all are aware of this because if you might have been seen, when you get the internet connection, there is a box outside your house, and from that box one connection comes to the inside everybody's home. So that box is actually a hub or switch. From there one wire comes to the individual's home. So this type of arrangement of network, or this type of when you connect your computers like this in a network, it is called as a star topology. In this type, several computers are connected to a centralized computer. A central computer is called as a server. The server is attached to other workstation by direct cabling. Data on a star network passes through the hub or connector before connecting to its destination. The hub or connector manage all the functions of the network. So if you see in the diagram, so there is a hub. So any single computer you can consider as a server. So one wire comes from the server to the hub, and remaining wire goes from here to the different clients. Okay, these hub are actually the switches you might have been seen for internet connection. They usually put a box inside that box. From that box the wires are coming out. That box which they place, that is called as a switch. And from that, so here this center you can consider as a switch or hub. It is also having some advantages and disadvantages. Advantages: defective communication line can be easily detected. It is very easy to detect the faults, and it is easy to install and maintain. Disadvantages: it requires more cabling than linear topology. If the hub or connector fail, all the attached nodes are disabled. And last is, it is more expensive than the bus topology. It is expensive if the hub fails, the whole network fails, and it requires more cabling. So up till now what we have seen, I'm just revising it. First thing we have seen, what is a computer network. So when we connect two or more computers with or without wires for sharing information or resources, we called it as a network. Second thing, there are different types of network, that is client server, peer-to-peer. As per distance they cover, they are distinguished as LAN, WAN and MAN. Then there are some different topologies how we are connecting the computers in a network. So that topologies are first one is bus, second one is ring, and third one is star. And most popular, most commonly used topology is the star topology. Thank you everyone.